Now, cities and the development and the impact of the cities on the environment. As we all know that when we talk about a city, we are literally talking about the development of the industries and the factories. So, when an industry or a factory is established, that would automatically pressurize or at the cost of the ecology. So, that's what the main focus today's theme of understanding city and the effect on the environment. So, at the cost of the cities are established at the cost of ecology. The environment would be completely being affected diversely in all aspects. Let it be in the air pollution, let it be in the water pollution, let it be in the land getting contaminated with the different kind of chemicals. So, all these things get affected with the upgradation of a rural area into an urban area, that is literally into a city. A city may be a place where you get a number of opportunities, but at the same time it is at the cost of ecology, the imbalance which is created in the nature. Naturally we have certain special effects, but that all will be destroyed with the influence of the development so-called cities. Many factories would be established which would be resulting in the waste, more in the waste, dust, then pollutions, all kinds of pollutions, air pollution, water pollution, noise pollution. Noise has been a serious concern for the many people in the cities. So, many waste particles you find in the city because of the development. Most of the land gets polluted, water gets polluted, and air also gets polluted. Noise has been a serious concern because of the establishment of many machines. And if you take an example in Manchester, Bradford and Leeds, where the coal has been used in England in the houses as well as in the factories, has brought a serious health hazards for the people and health problems for them there. And this hundreds of the chimneys used to spew the smoke into the air, believing that most of the atmosphere was in dark greyish color. Many of the people used to make jokes that yes, many of the people in England were born and brought up believing that the vegetation always appears in grey color, because the smoke which falls down on the green vegetation turns them into grey. Then many people started to raise their voice, questioning the imbalances which are coming in the nature, and started to put their voices on a firm note. So initially they thought this would be right to legislate the issue in the assembly hall so that we can bring a new nuisance bill. This nuisance bill can stop the issue, but the industrialists and the steam machine owners were completely against this view, as they were a bit influential. Money and wealth was been their main concern. They also were able to convince the officials of the government, saying that the technological advancements would definitely add for them and reduce the so-called smoke and all the effects and reduce the harm for the nature. So that's how the initial process were being turned off. So even after the technology has been added up, the smoke abatement has been made seriously from 1847 to 1853, banning the smoke in a large scale exhibit. So the Smoke Abatement Act came into force in 1847 to 1853. And also, when we move on to Indian land, Kolkata was the first place which created history. Kolkata, though being a second prime city in India, but the first city to legalize the smoke nuisance legislation. That's how it has got its special significance here. So, when initially Kolkata was also having many industries and mills which were using their smoke and this coal were burning and making the entire city to become coal and dusty. So people were thinking of to file a complaint, bring it to the notice so that they can stop the coal exhibit from the factories. A new problem came when in the railway line in 1855 was brought into existence, that has brought coal from Raiganj, which is bringing extraordinary smoke into the air. That's how the new problem has arisen in 1855. But in 1863, Kolkata people were able to successfully bring the smoke nuisance bill legislation, which was actually a replica of Smoke Abatement Act of 1847 and 1853. So that's how the city which first brought the bill in relevance to the western terms was Kolkata. In 1920, the rice mills brought a new problem for us in India. The rice mills the rice mills which are established in Toliganj started to burn the rice with their husk to make the husk to burn. Instead of making it in coal, they started to use the rice husk. So this resulted in dropping of the entire dust like a rain shadow and raining the entire dust in all the houses, factories, city roads, everywhere it has been covering the entire dust like that. So somehow in Bengal they were able to reduce the effect but not in a larger scale. So as a common scenario in all the cities which are growing in the later part of the 19th century has been witnessing that there is an imbalance which is created by the development of the city on the nature, which would automatically result in the pollution, in the decay of the environment. That's what we have seen in the case of England, or in the case of Kolkata, or it may be in the case of Bombay. The Smoke Abatement Act in 1847 and 1853, and the replica of that was made by Kolkata, which initially was the first city to bring such a legislation. So the long history of pollution was being found in Kolkata also. So, but in order to stop the pollution, they were trying to get some efforts. In the meanwhile, the railway line proposal in 1855 has brought a serious threat for the pollution again, because it has been smoking up continuously by the railway engine, but the coal which was brought from the Raiganj. Then in 1863, Kolkata successfully brought the smoke nuisance legislation. Finally, in 1920, one more problem has come up, that is the rice mills of Toliganj started to burn their rice husk, which started to drill like a rain and fall on the entire household, fields, roads, everywhere, which started to affect their health on the day-to-day basis. That's how pollution has been a common scenario in all the cities, whether it is in the lower part of the development or in the higher edge of the development. Now, in order to conclude, cities are the places where you find huge opportunities for you, and also those who would love to have freedom, that is a place where the cities have come. Though it is not neglected that we have many problems in the cities like the pollution, the smoke, whatever it may be, but it has given a chance for many of the people, not many of the people, millions of the people, to make their dreams to come true. And these millions of people were facing all these problems but turned their dream lands, the cities, into their homes. That's how the cities are a symbol of freedom and opportunities.
If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel to get more videos on CBSE syllabus.